Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this is for you. A morning for me. And look at it, it's darker in the mornings, isn't it? It's after 7 right now, actually. Let me tell you. 7:29 it is right now on a Tuesday that I'm recording this. Didn't do one Monday, so it's Thanksgiving Monday, Indigenous Peoples Day. Remember, it wasn't so peaceful as we'd like to think. Well, we can also think of Thanksgiving. We should be thankful every day, not just on one day. Look at all the meanings of it, and not the meanings that we were taught in school. Look at the truth behind these holidays. Did you have a happy gobble gobble day anyway? How did you celebrate? I was at home, just me and my doggie. Had a lonely, grieving weekend. So I'm such a family-oriented person. Love making those big meals, and did an Easter dinner one time for my family. And I was on a 10-day master cleanse, so I wasn't able to eat any of it. And I spent 3 days baking pies and fresh bread, and I love to do those things. A lot of things I love to do or can't do as much anymore. Bending over backwards and jumping through hoops and everything for others so that they'll be happy and smiling, because if they're happy and smiling, then they're not going out and hurting anybody else. It wasn't just to keep me safe, but others too, and especially if there's children involved. Especially when there's children involved. Miss my children. I creeped my firstborn's Facebook and stole some pictures of my granddaughter. Now look at those people in your lives. The ones that are there just going, oh yeah, no, I'm fine. Some don't want to take. They don't want to be a burden. They see so many others that get more upset if they don't get it. That, we sit back and let everybody else get theirs first. And then you get what's left at the bottom of the barrel. But then, then people think that's, oh, they're fine with just nothing. So they don't do as much for that one that's happy with just the crumbs. Because this one over here really complains and really makes a big stink when they're not getting the biggest piece. So we'll make sure this one gets their biggest piece and this one can have the crumbs, because they're content with whatever they get. They're not going to complain. So just be happy with what they get. Look at how much those people miss out on, though. We tend to start pleasing. I did that in myself. My life, too, I can see that. I was trying to please these other ones. Couldn't be pleased. But in my mind, everybody else is taking advantage of them because that's what they say. Everybody's got their hand out, and they're so ungrateful and blah, 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 all this stuff. I wanted to show them there's one person that isn't doing that. So if you got somebody in your life that's really trying to show you you're not alone, maybe show them some appreciation. You make them feel like a bit of a priority in your life. Not somebody that's just there on the back burner. I do that to myself. When we do that, do we do that? Are you putting yourself on a back burner and then waiting for somebody to come and get you? Is that what we do? Waiting for somebody to notice, but yet we're not speaking up or anything? How's anybody going to notice? Especially when we're like, we're okay. How's anybody going to notice that help that you really need? Do we take that for granted? Do you have somebody in your life that just always seems content, doesn't matter what's going on? They can always put a smile on their face. Maybe that's for your sake, not for theirs, Maybe people keep that positive thing. Maybe. I don't know. Tell Tuesdays, truthful Tuesdays. Well, my children had a good Thanksgiving. My daughter would have had her birthday party. Was supposed to have her birthday party this weekend. I don't know. Maybe I'll get blamed for that too, because I wanted to make her birthday dinner, because that's what I do. Anyways. Let's call in all our relations. Sweet Jesus, God Creator, all my relations, whatever that is for you. Calling back all of our energies from the east, the path of illumination and clarity, place of fire, place of man. Calling back all of our energies from the south, the waters, the emotions, the place of childhood, the place of innocence. Calling back all of our energies from the west, the physical, the earth, place of woman, place of introspection. Calling back all of our energies from the north, the air, the mental, the wisdom years. And walking the red road, our earth walk goes from south and childhood, where we're learning to express ourselves. When at the start we think that we are an extension of our parents, that we are an expression of our parents. Then as we get older, we find out that no, we are actually in divine, you alls. In divine. We can express ourselves, and we try on these different masks in these different ways to see who we are. Like, we've taken imagination play out, right? No, let's put kids in line. And where's that self-expression? Right, as we're growing up, is it about self-expression, or is it being squashed expression? Ooh. Were we allowed to have self-expression, or was it squashed expression? Ooh, I don't know. Oh, welcome. Did I welcome anyway? Wingish Nibade, Mejenki Quay, your friendly, freaky-ass, sweetgrass wand of medicine woman. Also, Christiana Carr, Christy Carr, superstar. All this beautiful divine being right here. Welcome. All you beautiful divine beings right here. Calling in all our directions together and up to the north, right? We walk the earth walk, our red road, from south in childhood up to the north, the wisdom years where we come and we see that wholeness is achieved. Unity and a wholeness achieved when we bring together all of our colors of that baby. Come together, all those expressions of ourselves. And we see who we really are when we drop those masks and we focus on that character of who we are, building character, not a reputation. And we surround all those situations with that whirling rainbow of peace. And we see all the worlds, we all belong here, every single one of us. It's not up to us humans to decide who belongs here and who doesn't, who's more essential and who's not. Not the human's job, not at all. East to west is the blue road of spirit that's always there with us. And we have to see that's helping. Is it self-reliance or source reliance, right? Sources ever eternal loving flow. I don't know, right? Relying on that source, on that self. It's not being a burden on anybody else. And again, we're failing our children if we don't teach them how to be self-reliant, to be able to make their own sandwiches, to make their own lunches, to be able to wipe their own butts. Right? You don't want to go to your 40-year-old son's house to wipe his butt, right? Or your 40-year-old daughter, whatever, right? Come on. We all need to know how to wipe our own butts. That's self-reliance, and spirit is there. So it's not on our own. We know we're always connected to that source. We don't do things on our own, ever. That's the delusion. Because that's that spirit that animates us and moves us. So we need the earth, because this is our piece of earth to take care of. Whew. East to west, the blue road of spirit always with us. That's that self-sacrifice. We sacrifice that little self, that ego self. Right? But we do need that. Earth's grounding origin is these bodies. But we see the self as a reflection of the divine, and that's what we see in everyone else, a reflection of the divine, because that's what we all are, made in the image and likeness of our Creator. Whatever that is for you. Right? And we can rely on that. That sun dancing, that's the men, and honoring that woman medicine, that goddess energy, that's been wiped out, right? There's where the wars. Let's stop the war of the sexes within inside ourselves and see that it's all sacred. That sun dance, those warriors, that was the male dance for them to feel what it is like to bring life to this earth, right? But what birth is like, the woman, when birthing that child, that baby through that womb, hours and hours, blood, sweat, and tears left on that delivery room floor. So the warriors, peaceful warriors, pierced at their pectoral muscles, pierced, pulled right through, okay? Their bones or whatever. So this might look like a brutal ceremony, but that's the way to honor Mother Earth and life, the source of life. Women, the life givers, men, the life protectors. Whatever that is, what is in your teachings. Above, below, and within. Do your teachings honor all, or do your teachings divide and conquer? Because if it's separated, then that is not of God. God is good. Everything that God has made is good. Many are called and few are chosen. Oh, again. I watched The Shack last night. I come across it. There it was. So I watched that again last night. Beautiful. Highly, highly recommend it. Now, it might seem it's not in the religious doctrine. It's non-denominational, although it is speaking Jesus and God and whatever. It's a way to look at it, and that's how I see. The closed mind goes, no, I'm not looking at any other way but my way. The open mind can look and take in other ideas. Observe. Right? Reflect on that. Not take everything at that face value, right? Look deeper. Look deeper. Look deeper within your own beliefs, because that's where it all begins. It begins within. Within you, within me. Everything we see and don't see. Whatever that is, whatever will be, will be. I have some upside down in here, I see. That's alright. Okay, let's just look over. Let's have a deeper dive. The top one first and then down. Hot, hot, very hot. So drink some more hot chocolate. Nah, that's gonna be good. That'll cool me down now, won't it? That'll cool me down. Hot-blooded, check and see. I got a fever of 103. Come on, baby, do you do more than dance? My hot-blooded. I don't know. Who sings that? I'm gonna say foreigner, but I don't think so. I don't know. I just do know. Tell it Tuesdays, Truth Tuesdays, Try It Tuesdays. I don't know what we're gonna do today. You need to be thankful every day. Into who we are. Who am I? Oh, I watched a beautiful series too, and it's in a foreign series called The Gift. 3 seasons of that. I watched that this weekend. Very cool. Interesting. Interesting. Again, another take on beliefs. Istanbul. Never. What is that? I don't know, but anyway, another take on beliefs. And, of course, going into deeper into the mythologies and things like that. It's very cool, actually, very cool. It's English dubbed and then the English subtitles, but then it's like what they're saying in dubbed is not the same as down here. So I think it was different translators who translated the subtitles and the ones who did the English dubbing. Anyways. If you don't like reading them all, like it does have English, dubbing over top of it. So it's spoken in English, although the lips still kind of match a little bit. Anyways, it's called The Gift on the Netflix. I watched that series this weekend. It's really interesting. And The Shack. Very interesting. Thought-provoking. I love those things. Those are my favorite, thought-provoking. Use your brain. But not just a thought. It sinks in, right? Not just your brain. It's not trying to figure it out just in the brain. Sink it down deep. And even go deeper than the heart, right? Connect. Right in that central source of your being. What is that? I don't know. Okay. What are you saying through me here, Creator? What are you saying through me here? What do we want all of us fine people to know? All the beautiful beings part of your beautiful creation, Creators. Thank you very much. This one, okay. And this one, okay. But these ones here we're looking at here. That's self-reliance. That's how Creator helps us to become more self-reliant. Maybe we don't come because we scrutinize all those little details. We don't go doing what we're feeling that called to do because, no. I need this or I need that. Or we don't take that action because we're waiting for this. We're not just counting on ourselves. It's, oh, well, I can't be happy until somebody else is happy. Right? And then we scrutinize. No, I wish they would get it together, right? We start being nitpicky about everything else. Or I can't do this. Let's focus on that self. It's not never mind anybody else's business, but what are we doing? Right? That self-reliance. Are we putting ourselves on the back burner? Are we just being happy with crumbs and not asking for more? What is that? We're building that self-reliance in ourselves. Do we go self-sabotage things? Look at that. It was a 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Burned the card up. 2, 3, 4. That's self-reliance. See, Mouse looks like he couldn't do things, but remember Mouse helped to save that lion caught in the net. We might think that we're just a little guy out here. Right? And Mouse, of course, right? What does Mouse live on? The crumbs. Right? It doesn't need much more. Maybe it does. And does it go out and get those crumbs itself? Or is it too scared to move? There's that corporate book called Him and Ha. I like that. How long do we just sit hemming and hawing until it's that opportunity? We've missed that opportunity. We don't know how long we'll have to wait for the next one to come in. Will it come in this lifetime or do we have to wait till the next one? I don't know. But let's look at that. What's coming up in our lives that we're scrutinizing every little detail that we don't even make a move? Or, that's our self-reliance. We're just getting happy with the crumbs, so we just go in and take the crumbs. We don't ask for more. We're not putting ourselves out there because we're too scared. We're too afraid. What if that pussycato gets me? Huh? Oh, look at that mighty mouse. Was he afraid of the pussycato? Here I come to save the day! What about Speedy Gonzales? Andale, arriba! Look at those mighty mouse figures out there. And what are you? Are you too afraid to do that? Are you too afraid to make a move for yourself? For yourself, because you feel selfish. Because you feel selfish. If I do this on my own, right? That was the thing that I came up through too. Because I will take care of things myself. I don't put that on anybody else. It's a double-edged kind of sword there. Being super fiercely self-reliant. And then scrutinizing when I'm going to ask for help. Do I need that help? Really? I could do this for myself. But when we allow others to help us too, right? Gives them that good feeling of being able to help and be of service. What is that? What place have we put ourselves in? Feeling that we're not worthy? Do we pick this little one to bits? Because maybe that little one was picked to bits? By their looks, whatever, what they believed, whatever. Right? We're all being molded. Not by our parents, by society. What? Okay. Let's go on. Building that self-reliance without scrutinizing every little detail. For these babies inside, because it's about time we all grow up. We must keep that inner child alive. But not in fear. Alive with the joy, so that we can keep tapping into that joy. What is that? Let's have a deeper look at that. Deeper look inside. Look at that. That viewpoints, those options, because everybody, right? That generous protector. Okay, that's what we need to be as parents. That's what Source is to us. Earth, this generous protector. Because there's so many different viewpoints. There's many different people in the world. There's just many different viewpoints and options that we can take. We're all on our personal journeys. Personal journeys. On the same earth walk, we're all part of the human journey, but we're all on these personal journeys. We're in divine, you all, but we're in divide too. We need to come together within ourselves and whole. And what's your viewpoints on that generous protector? What helps you? Because if you think that, we have a punishing creator, source, whatever that is for you. Are you going to talk to that? Are you going to lean on that? Are you going to depend on that? Are you going to let that pour through you? I don't know. Have you been told that there's somebody else? If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't survive. You're not going to survive on your own. Did that little then believe that? They were unworthy? They didn't know how to get what they wanted? Or whatever? They'd never get it because they needed this person? You won't survive on your own. You need me. Do you have those people out there? Because if they're not cheering for you at your best and they're cheering when you're at your worst, what is that? Not everybody is there to help lift us up. Some want to hold us back because they feel it shines a light on what they're not doing. We don't dim our lights for anybody. Amp it up. They can put on sunglasses if they have an issue with that. What is that saying to you? This is the reflections, right? We're going inside and looking at that creative things. What is it that you taught of? Now it's time for you to be that generous protector to that little one. Not squash that little one anymore, right? Show, look at you have survived 100% of everything you have grown through right now. Hand up across, right? Hand up across, pat yourself on the back. But did you do that alone? No. You opened up to that generous protector inside you. You're the generous protector of that baby. All of us adults. Okay? We're responsible for our own littles inside, for the example we're setting on the outside as well. Okay? What is that? What is shining through you? What is that? I always see opinions in that too when it says options. I've read that lots as opinions. Because opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. And it takes nothing to form an opinion. It doesn't take intelligence to form an opinion. That's why, right? Everybody's got an asshole. You didn't have to do anything special for that. And what comes out of that asshole? Shit! Ha! What? But that's okay. Shit's important here too and needed. That's fertilizer. Right? So it's all part of this growth. It's all part of that system. Let's not scrutinize it to bits and whatever. Just keep staring at this shit. Picking through the shit and just stay in the shit. And we don't even realize we're just surrounded by shit. But we need to clean it off ourselves. Wipe our asses. Get moving on. What is that? I don't know. Looking at the action side. So we're looking at that. We're learning how to wipe our own ass. We're seeing that we are protected and guided, that we always have been. We have not done anything on our own. Nothing have we done on our own. It's working through us in many ways. Become aware of it. How is it working for you? How does that work through you? Death and rebirth. We have to actively let the old die and let the new be reborn. If we keep hanging on to old ways. No, I can't let this go because I put so much time and energy into it. Look at that. Sometimes we stay in those relationships, if it's not for the kids, it's because, well, we've already put this many years in it. I've already invested this much. So sometimes we got to cut our losses, right? We got to pull out of those bad investments before we lose everything. And if we don't, right? And we can see that. Where have we been investing? Where have we invested our energy? And have we gotten more energy from that, a usable energy, or have we just been completely drained? Because somebody else isn't being self-reliant. So we're self-reliant, and we're giving away our best, and we're still just left with the crumbs, even though maybe we did get a little bit more. So then we share from that until we're left with just those crumbs. So then are we helping others, right? Teach the man to fish. You feed him for the rest of his life. If you give the man a fish, you only feed him for the day. Are we doing that with our children? Are we teaching our children to fish? Or are we just giving them the fish so that they keep coming to us? See, that's that generous protector is one that knows. I'm not going to keep you dependent on me. Children will explore further the safer they feel with their parent. When they have more boundaries, they'll actually explore further. Boundaries, not restrictions, right? We need to cleanse that out when we see, oh, we don't want our kids to be angry at us. Or maybe that happened to us. We were overindulged. There's overindulgence, there's underindulgence, there's neglect, there's abuse. Abuse takes all different forms. Are we continuing those old ways? Well, it was good enough for me, it's good enough for my kids. I got beaten, I'm going to beat those kids. And when I say beaten, I don't mean physical. There's other ways, right? Emotional. mental. We get beaten down in many, many ways. So we can let die those old ways. Lay to rest that little one, the people pleaser, right? We want to be of service. We can't please everybody. Because sometimes what our children needs most is us to say no. And learn that no is not a bad thing. Learn that no is not next opportunity, or keep pushing until you change that around. Because then that's manipulation. It's accepting no. And seeing how, sometimes Creator answers our prayers by not answering our prayers. What is that? Right? There's also those things, careful what you wish for, you just might get it. So that's the actions today. We're cleansing off all and letting ourselves be reborn into that new skin, right? Because a frog doesn't stay a tadpole. And look at us. We all start out like little tadpoles, don't we, in the womb? We look like little tadpoles. So let's look at that we are so separate, that we are above nature. We are all the overlords of the nature, whatever. And look at that. We're so closely related to it. We start out basically the same, right? As these mammals and whatnots and what have yous. What is that for you? We're cleansing off all that we were, being reborn into all that we are. Who we truly are. We're remembering, and we're sharing the gifts that we were given to share. Sharing from that wholeness, and not, I'm only going to share this if you share yours, right? We give freely. But then we pay attention too. If there's those ones just taking, we don't need to curse them or anything. We become aware and discern. Well, I'm not going to keep giving here because I'm feeling drained. And if I'm feeling drained, maybe I'm draining somebody else who's giving me over here. And I'm not looking and being grateful myself. So look at that. If you're feeling drained, are you being grateful for all you're given? Are you seeing everything that you've got? Are you just emptying it out? And keep taking from over here and going, whoa, this person just keeps taking and they don't fill it up. Like, do you see this person just keeps taking from me and draining me? Yeah, give me some more because I'm being drained by this person. They're so inconsiderate. I need some more because they're draining me over here. But nothing stays here. What is that for you? Purification. This is what we need to do. Purifying all the lies that we told ourselves, that we bought into. No shame, no blame. It's just to see, so that we see the truth. That's how we cleanse it out. Okay? Because once the truth is alive, there's no going back to sleep. What is that? Once the truth is alive. The truth is always alive. It's not dead. It's always there. You can try and hide it, but it's there. That fear, a lot of fear, that truth coming out. What is that? Because if it comes out, look, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 20, 30. Hey, look at, they go together. Scrutiny and fear. We look at all the little details. What did I need to do? Oh, how did I do this? I ended up in this place. Well, you know what? Taking our power back can do both. We can feel that fear going, oh, I'm going to set myself through that again. Or we can go face everything and rise, going, we have already lived this. We're not letting that baby sit on it anymore. I'm not letting the fear run my life. I'm getting ahead of that fear. I'm going to fear that's what created all. Because what can men do? Then Creator could do worse. Whatever, I don't know. How is that for you? Okay, face everything and rise. No calling in those fears. We acknowledge, we see. See that fear there. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Remember those fears that are keeping you from jumping off the CN Tower, okay? Right? Fear is not a bad thing in itself. It's how it makes us react, what we do with it, right? Because we have these wild dogs and things like that. And maybe if we're all living in fear, we're going to want to attack before they attack us, right? We got to get them before they get us, right? Rabbit goes out, I'm not afraid of you, eagle, and then gets eaten by the egos. Well, so let's look at that, okay? If we keep calling in those fears, if we keep that fighting. We don't want another war. But what are we focused on? We're going to bring that about. What is that? Like in your own life. In your own life, what is it that you're fearing? That you're holding yourself back from? Because sometimes it's those scariest things that we need to do. Sometimes we're most scared of being our full whole selves, right? Our greatest fear is not that we're less than, is that we're powerful beyond measure. The Marianne Williamson thing, right? Also, Mandela's borrowed that for his speech there too. Our greatest fear is not that we are weak or inadequate, it's that we are powerful beyond measure, and we all are. Keep shining. So what is that? Self-reliance and scrutiny. Up there for us all to see. I see taking command for all the form and order discernment. There was a pile that jumped out, so just one to go up there with that. Thank you. Ooh, just one card will do. Clarification on that, please. There we go. I love when they fly out like that. Your heart is home. You see that we're already home. We already have all that we need. We were made for these jobs, right? We were made for these. Like every ant was designed for its particular duty. So were we. What is that? What brings you alive? What lights your fire? Or do you scrutinize everything? Oh no, it has to be perfect like this. You know, I can't put this painting out because it looks like nothing. Nobody's going to understand, but what is that? So do we scrutinize before we even, right? I can't be me till I have my whole family around me. I can't be happy. But if we're happy right now, your heart is home. We always have a home. We all belong here. Right? None of us are orphans, Father Sky, Mother Earth, whatever that is. None of us are homeless. We're at home right here. Your heart is always home. 10 of Bowls is the 10 of Cups. That's the ultimate celebration, the ultimate love. That love of self, that love of others. As all knowing we have this generous protector. Why fear what man can do? Right? Fear the one that created man, that created all. Right? That could, with one little wipe it all out. Why are we fearing what a man can do? What is it that we're fearing? That there isn't enough? There is enough to go around. And when everybody's sharing from their best and nobody's going and dipping in everybody else's buckets, whatever that is, if we're all sharing from our wholeness, nobody feels empty. Everybody is reliant. Nobody's a burden on anybody else. Whew. And we're looking at that generous protector, that talking stick, looking deep inside. And we see that our heart is home. Remembering who we are, right? And those old ways die, giving birth to those new cycles. New cycles. That's the seed of prosperity. We're watering those seeds. We're that little gem that we found inside because we're all given that gift from the Creator. Creator hands that down and puts it in us specially. It's there. And what is that? That's that unique expression of Creator that we are. Yeah, you are a divine expression of your source, whatever you call it. Yes, you are, and you have a gem inside of you, this light that can shine so bright. But we need the balance, right? Because darkness isn't the absence of light. Light is there in the darkness. Be the light in the darkness. You are the light in the darkness. But without darkness, there is no light. Without light, there is no darkness. They need each other. It's a balance. Balance! That's the seed of prosperity, finding that balance inside. It's the Ace of Stones, right? Returning to those roots and seeing, right? Seeing who we all are. We're all connected to that greater source. We all come from the same place. We all return to the same place. Whatever you call it makes no difference to our protectors. Right? Hey, maybe that's entertainment. Look at them arguing about what to call us again. Oh, those humans. We just love those humans. Oh, I do. You beautiful human beings. Beautiful, beautiful beings. Hey, that's not all you are. Remember, it's not all you are. There we go. And there is the seed. Right, and this is the major arcana, the Fool card, openness to flow, the seed being carried by the wind. Right, look at those seeds that are blowing out there. And that circle down there, that medicine wheel. They're just letting the wind carry those seeds wherever they need to go and grow. But look at that. We need death and rebirth, right? Those trees let go of those leaves, and those leaves then fertilize the ground for that new growth. Those seeds that are in there. What is that? Have we planted those seeds? Watering them with our tears creates that new growth inside of us. But if we keep blocking, oh, we're not going to let those tears flow. How are we going to grow? Right? You have to water those soils. You have to tend to those seeds. Right? Just like our generous protector does for us, right? Do we go in there and force those seeds to grow? No, but we make the environment and everything nice for those seeds to grow and get the best growth out of that. The gardener doesn't go in there and force that seed. You cannot rush those seeds either. We grow in our own time. We might fear that nothing's going to grow, but if we just sit there and fear that nothing's going to grow and not water it and whatever, right? Self-fulfilling prophecy, we're not going to have any growth because, or even if we don't even plant the seeds, we just hang on to the seed. I got this seed, but I'm not going to plant it anywhere. I'm going to hang on to the seed. It's just too precious for me to plant it. But how's it going to grow? If we don't put it in that soil, it needs to go in there. But the seed is afraid of dark. The seed does not want to go in the dark. But we need to go through those dark places and then grow to the light. Grow towards the light. See that? Everything on earth. You see those plants? They lean. Always leaning towards the light. Always leaning to Grandfather Sun. Roots stretching deep into Mother Earth. That's what we need to be grounded and keep reaching. Stay grounded and keep reaching. See that we are the bridge. We are the bridge, right? The mediation, the peacemaker interfacing the world. That's the Hierophant card in the traditional deck. It's in those traditions. What are we upholding? Are we upholding the tradition for the sake of the tradition? Or is it really beneficial to all? Are we upholding these things because they only benefit a few? But it's interfacing the world. We're sharing out. We can show them the door. But it's up to each individual to walk through it. And each individual will have their own door. Because it's inside. That's an inside job. We invite that Holy Spirit in, that whatever that is. But actually we realize, no. It's always been in there. So we let it out. Because it's already been in, now we let it shine out. Let it shine out. Let it shine through. Right? And we're coming with our bountiful harvest. We're always coming with our bowls full, with our best from our own harvest. Because we planted our seeds. We're not hanging on to our seeds and letting everybody else plant theirs and then taking from their harvest while we're still holding on to our seeds. What is that? We're coming in full bowls, and nobody's emptied. If everybody's coming in with their best, let's just see what's under that. The attainment, dancer of the world. This is how we do it in that balance. Look at that. Major arcana right there. We balance the male and feminine energies inside. We see, right? We have that attainment. We are the dancer in the winds of time, right? The seeds become the dancers, that attainment. We're dancing on top of the world. Then we interface that world and we show others how they can find that in themselves as well. Just by living, by example. Not going out and telling everybody what they should be doing. But we live by example. We follow that. We follow that peacemaker. It's our choice. There's many examples who lived that way, who walked in beauty, who walked in peace with love for all. And then they got the attainment, the enlightenment, the whatever that is. Look at that. That bountiful harvest is there for all. And there are so many that left their guidance before us. Hey, not one right way. Many paths to the same destination. As many paths as there are people. So don't be afraid that you missed out. It's all there for you. Okay? Your heart is already home. You already have everything you need inside. So do that deep dive. And let die the old ways. Water those new seeds of that rebirth. Beautiful, beautiful beings. Biggest heart hug ever. Yes, thank you for being you. Shining your light through in everything that you do. Because this world really needs you. Fully, wholly, and true. Or the world misses out on that gift. That is you. You're the gift. Love you. Biggest heart hugs ever. Thank you. Empower, not overpower. All right? Inside job it is. You've got this. Love yous. Thank you.